Hello, welcome back to Thebes, Zeus, Ancient Greece, the whole shebang. With me, By Jingo. Let's start with the crisis.
The situation at Mount Cithareon has gotten out of control. Nearly all of Greece's supply of wine is hoarded there.
That sounds
and now,
awful.
Strange things are happening around the city. There have been reports that the bodies of sheep, goats, and even people, gruesomely torn apart, have turned up
Never mind
nearby.
about that. What about the
attacks
wine?
seem much too vicious to be the work of a wandering pack of wolves or an angry wild boar. The frightening deaths have scared the people of Mount Pelion into hiding, and they have not had contact with anyone for some time. Adrastus of Argos has stopped trading, choosing not to risk the lives of his merchants for a few measly drachmas and supplies. The only solution to these problems is to invade Mount Cithareon.
The only solution is to invade. I like his thinking. So, there we have it. That's the mission. March in and fix things with force. So, without further ado, here we are, much as I remember it. Or, well, not really, because I'll be honest, I also played this offline for a bit over the week. I was a little scared about playing Thenis on Pharaoh, and so what I did is I played offline to see the manoeuvres of the ZEUS a little bit. I actually got up to exactly the same point offline as I have here. And I built my sanctuaries the right way around this time. Oh well. So, the plans to invade. Did you also like the new intro? It wasn't intentional. What happened was I went into this mission to have a quick look around, see what was what, and let the month tick over, so auto-saved. So I couldn't go back to the previous mission, finish that off, and come to the title screen with the music and everything. But I found the save file of the voice and everything, so it sounds the same. Let's just carry on as if nothing ever happened, because nothing ever happened. So we've got to build a sanctuary and invade Mount Cithareon. That's fair enough. Demeter. Never mind. Ares. What's our... We need more workers. I'll tell you what, the overseers are a lot easier to access than in Pharaoh's, but perhaps they're just less informative. I don't know. When we joined us last, we were building some more food. I thought it was just better if everyone just eats wheat. I'll do some more of that, and then I'll build another plebeian housing estate. Lovely. Another roadblock, and I do like the fact that they've not got separate architects posts and the other ones, because that was a bit of a faff in Pharaoh. So I want to build a third housing estate, and I think I might build it over here. Never mind about the wood, because we can't harvest that, so, you know, never mind about them. And it's also better. You can get very efficient housing blocks in later city building games, like Thebes, Zeus, and Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom. Because if you do it in such a way as this, I'll leave one, then put it down like that. Can I? No, I won't bother even turning it around the corner. No, wait, yes I will. I like it. I like the challenge it sets. So you put that around like that. I don't know if you add many houses, but it looks nice, doesn't it? There. Get rid of some more trees, because, you know, it's between us and the trees, and it's an everlasting battle of the ages. Which fortunately we're winning this day and age. Since the chainsaw, the battle has just been fantastic. great battles, great stuff, fantastic people. I don't know what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is put a boulevard in. No, an avenue. Put it inward like that, and then that provides nearly all the desirability the houses want. Do you want it inward? I might make it a little bit inward, a little bit outward. There. Now hopefully there's room for the Agora at the end. It's almost like a planting. And then we can pack the housing in tight and together.
Has anyone seen my spear? How can I be a spear carrier without my spear?
I don't know how many people that brings in, or whether it was much more efficient, but it felt better. So a fountain, an infirmary, that, tax collector. So you can have your college there, gymnasium there,
Has anyone seen my spear? How can I be a spear carrier?
theatre there, drama school there. Have I built a podium? I don't think I have, have I? No, I haven't. Podium there. Grand. I think the plan is just stuff this place full of people. As many people as they can. You get your fleece and get some olive oil. The firehouse there. There, lovely. Food. Fleece. And oil. Good. Now depending on how desirability looks, I can also put common housing all the way down here. I'll destroy it every once in a while if it gets too much. Or if I need the desirability, you know what I mean? That, I think, is everything you need for a budding thing. Housing estate. What I might also do is make some more olive oil, because that stuff sells well. I don't know if I've got people to sell it to though. Let's see what the map says. That's not what I wanted. There we go. A lot of people have got a lot of armies. Cydonia buys olive oil. Sells olive oil. Phoenicia buys olive oil. They buy olive oil. Yeah, it's all about the olive oil. So we'll have a pier to Cydonia. Let's have it over here. Export all of the olive oil. Is there a need to import the wood? I think we get it as a tribute, don't we? So there's a few olive trees over there, but not nearly enough. I don't think it would hurt to have a few more growers' lodges. Well, the other things that would hurt is my exchequer and my labour shortage. Mount Pelion has fallen into disarray and has gone into isolation, separating itself from the world. Sounds nice. Splendid isolation. That was the theoretical foreign policy of the British Empire in the 19th century.
Mate, could we halt some of the spinning, please? The spinning is really making
John.
me ill here.
Give me a chance. So, that's fine. We get planks of wood. We've also, I think we've stockpiled everything, haven't we? We've got... yeah, statues, marble, wood, everything you need for a sanctuary. So let's put the foundations of it down and start nice and early. Let's have, if we can afford it, sanctuary to... Now, Athena will give us wisdom and olives, but I've got plenty of olives. I might build one to Artemis. Artemis is a goddess of the hunt, and is a young female. Has the most powerful, most potent force in all of life, according to Greek mythology, and that's that of the unwed young woman. The Greeks were terrified of young women that weren't married yet, and apparently were powerful to be feared. And I've built it the wrong way around again. Thank you. There we go. Why are you leaving? Access to clean water from the fountain. I can't help you. I can actually. I can build a second water fountain. Seems a little wasteful. Never mind. It's less wasteful than letting all my houses go into rack and ruin. Yeah, some of the most powerful gods are Apollo, for instance, is an Thebe, which is the person on the cusp of a boy on the cusp of manhood, the perpetual 17-year-old, much like Achilles, who's also a perpetual 17-year-old, despite the fact he spends 10 years fighting the Trojan War. Artemis is something similar. And I don't know what she does in terms of like myths of Greek mythology, but she goes to the hunt. She'll go around and keep these wolves at bay, for instance, which might be useful. And she's a perpetual 17-year-old as well. A lot of gods are. Perhaps that's the age to be. Knew I'd forgotten something. Oh, wait a second. Really? There's a chap right there. Oh, he's coming out the wrong side, that's why. Fine, we'll rebuild you there. Get rid of that. That's going to collapse because they're not doing the job properly. They're turning around there. It's outrageous stuff.
Discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation.
I'll rebuild that theatre. 180 drachma I'll never see again. Never mind. Probably because I'm underfunded. 360 workers needed. I might up the wage rate. There we go. That's a lot healthier. People of the neighbourhood. You people are insufferable. Have a gazebo. No, that's nothing. What about some parks? Oh, you like them. What about another fish pond? I had this event in the back of my mind somewhere, which is why I don't usually like building on this side of the city. Well, can you imagine if you'd have started here and all your food supply was just there? It's just look at the draw. If you've never played this game before, you have like a 1 in 4 chance of completely scuppering yourself. Nice effects though, aren't they? It's the very best that the early 2000s had to offer. Well, no, the early 2000s strategy games had to offer. I'm sure first-person shooters and such had the priorities. That's devastating, that is. Actually, in fairness, it's not gone into too much of the meadow. But if you'd have built your first housing block there, you'd have been scuppered, wouldn't you?
My advice to you is, if you find a good wife, you will be happy. If not, you become a philosopher.
Finish at Cilia. Do I have a trading post to Cilia? You can export some olive oil as well, and what's more, I think I talked about this. It's like and what's more. Somebody made an argument to me once that ended with "and what's more." Well, it didn't end with, like, he paused for breath, then went into the second part of his argument. It's like, and what's more? It's like somebody got a Kipling poem. So now we've got a substantial demand for olive oil. I think it's time to expand the industry. Looks like we could do with some more olive presses. But what we'll also do is put in the...
If you choose me, coarser gods won't be able to touch you.
Ares, Hermes, Dionysus and Hephaestus will be powerless. I think she probably slept with all of them. Certainly had the torrid affair with Ares. Come so about Hermes. Married to Hephaestus. And Dionysus, it's probably a drunken one-night stand. Yeah, good old Hephaestus. It's a shame I can't build a sanctuary to him. I like the chap. Lame god of the forge. The Romans didn't have any time for lame gods of the forge. Vulcan is strong and powerful. And they have a higher opinion of Mars than the Greeks did of Ares. Zeus can't stand Ares. There's a point where he comes crying back to Zeus after being stabbed in the chest by Diomedes, and when he did that, he let out a roar. It was the equivalent of 10,000 men. Apparently, you can read it if you read in the Illiad, which doesn't feature a Trojan horse or the end of the Trojan War. Its subtitle, I think, is the Wrath of Apollo, not Apollo, Wrath of Achilles. It just deals with him, like it finishes halfway through the Trojan War with Achilles' death. But yeah, Diomedes stabs Ares, lets out a roar, the equivalent of 10,000 men, goes up to Zeus and said, "They're attacking me." And Zeus turns around and says, "You're loathsome. You're the most loathsome of all the gods on Olympus. You actually like war." I think, well, yeah, it's a fair point, Zeus, but you could have gone a little easier. He's just been stabbed by a mortal. It's, what's his name? Stanley Lombardo or something like that. That's translation. It's not Stanley Zimbardo. That was a Stanley prison experiment that went wrong. Very interesting. I learnt it in psychology. Everything went horrifically wrong with it. This particular psychological experiment. I'll get back to you on that. But hey, this chap translates works like Hesiod's Works and Days and Theogony, the Illiad and the Odyssey, and does it in a really compelling way. And talks about, yeah, puts words into Zeus's mouth that are just fantastic, really readable. And I think he takes it away from this kind of the classical mould of talking like everything said in dialogue is said to as like formal speech, and makes the gods more human in the speech. Like everybody more human in the speech. I forgot the point I was going to make now. Never mind. But yeah, takes an Ares and says, "You're the most loathsome of all the gods." Water. I mean, really? It says water carriers there. What are they doing? There they are.
This city is more refreshing than any other city.
And its leader is the most sparkling.
You're very kind, but you're still sacked. Mutipus and Geophocles. I think there's supposed to be putting all of them on. Where are you? Why are you devolving?
I need more supplies from the Agora. My customers are so demanding.
There should be nothing wrong with it. It's a very small... Oh well. It's a very small housing block. It doesn't really need a lot.
This city is more refreshing than any other city.
And its leader is the most sparkling.
So I could do with more olive presses. But I don't know whether to put down wages first. Nah, stop being a cheapskate. I don't know where to put them there. I might put them down here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just move the roadblock around the corner. Should be fine because it's close enough to the olive farms, groves, olive groves. I think there's room as well for more growers' lodges and more olive trees. And what I might do actually, move that pier. If that's all buying olive oil, move it over here. Put that round like that, and then move the roadblock there. That's sensible city planning, that is. So you're getting to the point now where money's not an issue, really. For a lot of wood. Thank you. See, you've paid your tribute this time. We're getting through months a lot quicker than we got through months in the Thinness campaign. Oh, by the way, that's currently in the process of being worked. It's all stockpiled. I spent 4 hours. I know it's not a grand scheme of things, not a long time. It's a long time to sit and talk, though. I just couldn't get the kingdom rating up to 90. It was astounding. I can see why I've done it, though. If you've got to become Pharaoh next, and I think that's where it goes, isn't it? You become Pharaoh after that. That's fair enough. What I'll do here, I think, is put a load of dairy farms. Make use of Demeter, the mother. She goes out of fashion. I think I've said this, haven't I? She goes out of fashion. I can't, at a specific date. It's when Dionysus comes in. Dionysus replaces Demeter because I got the wine's more fun than Earth Goddess, and her place is really taken by Aphrodite as the god of fertility, and I don't know. Her sort of roles are just taken on by other people.
With my blessing, farms will yield a bumper crop.
Yeah, what about goats? The place must stink. It's surrounded by goats.
Anyone seen my spear? How can I be
I might have a few more dairies. I don't know. Where are you going? Oh, I've got some goats over there. Never mind. Perhaps I ought to have some carding sheds instead. Yeah, that sounds like an idea. Have some carding sheds here. 5. And then some sheep here as well. It certainly looks prosperous. It's all just sheep and goats. Well, I think sanctuaries help themselves to animals to perform sacrifices. It's fine, I just wish they'd ask first. And if you have... Well, they're going to take it to the storage yard there that accepts cheese, aren't they? Doesn't accept cheese. Somewhere accepts cheese. Does anybody buy cheese? I don't know, I don't think so actually. Well, you can't hold cheese, never mind. Well, let's just get a granary here that can accept cheese. I finally worked out as well, having lots of granaries is not a bad idea, because if something does happen to your farms, you've got it all stored up. I've got enough food there apparently to support 13,000 people, 13,624 people for 6 months. But if I was to build loads of granaries, I could store it all up. And I might well do that. So you could have like a whole bunch of granaries here that do nothing but just accept. And then all of these can get. You could also import some fish as well. What's a bit of a shame is they've got rid of the requirement of multiple food types, I think. So these can get all the way up to the top with just one type of food. It takes out some of the challenge. I quite like giving my people a varied diet. I think it has other benefits like increased city health. But I prefer being forced into doing it. You've got some onions. I don't know where you're getting them from. But you're getting food. This housing block, you're getting food. There's a housing block over here. That's getting food. Why? Oh dear. Really? But the place is just there. Oh well. I've probably got it on the toughest difficulty level again. Do we have enough olives? I could perhaps do a few more growers' lodges. I don't know. Need 200 more workers. I've got room for 945. If everybody stays stable, which is quite an ask for this. They need water.
If you choose me, coarser gods won't be able to touch you.
Choose you? Aphrodite, I choose you. How was Aphrodite created? I think she was created by sea foam caused by the testicles of Uranus, so to speak. Greeks were rather crude, weren't they? So like when Zeus overthrew his father, I think it was Uranus. Yeah, the testicles into the sea, and there's also a rock as well that got spewed up. because he was forced to. When he was eating his children, he also ate a rock, and that got spewed up. And apparently the rock still exists today. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's actually there, and you can visit it if you so choose. A result is not a result of your actions. Yeah, well, when I invade and force you to trade, that'll be a result of my actions. Why has everyone got so many... Why is my AI difficult to level? Olympian, thought so. It's better. I don't know why it's defaulting there. It's a bit perturbing. Crikey, I don't know if he's loading ships or having a seizure. He's certainly not loading them with any particular speed. Good, so that's that. We've imported a load of onions for reasons. Since you're not trading, I'll get rid of your trading peer. Replace it with somebody who is trading. Thassus, what can they do for me? They buy wood, fleece and armour. I suppose I could sell fleece. Next wheat harvest is in July. There's going to be so much wheat, you won't be able to believe it. Look at all that! Beautiful. Employees needed. Housing for 1,000 more people. But is it stable? I might put some nice parks down and get these people look a little more cheerful. There we go. That's nice. And can I have a couple of benches there? And some parks down here as well. Lovely. I might get rid of your house and put a gazebo in instead. Lovely. And everybody appreciates it. Hey! The con's been very popular. Park over here. Lovely.
Build me a pyre to roast my friends upon.
Roll mat Cithareon. Might be a bit tricky. They're sympathetic. Can I get them to like me? I want to try and get these people to like me so they'll join me in a offensive strike. Have I said that? Creeds of Vassal, it's got to like me. Have some fleece. Cosodon. Have some marble? No. Support from Knossos. I can get Ares Sparte and Ares Guard. And a sizable force, but not big enough. So let's have 1, 2, 3 more housing there. Let's see if we can do something about you. For instance, a fish pond. I think sanctuaries are supposed to be nice to live next to. Terrible news, By Jingo. Our city's actors managed to bring its audience to tears. Unfortunately, they were performing a comedy. I could improve that by building a lot of theatres, but that sounds very expensive, so I won't. Apparently, a fish pond's not enough for you. How fussy are you? Oh, there's room for one more house there, actually. I'll need to have another. I'll need to have another celebration. Something to celebrate for another commemorative monument. No problem. That's plenty appealing. What are you talking about? Perhaps it's all this livestock over here that's making it somewhat unappealing. I think I need another actor colony as well. Drama school. There are actor colonies in Season 3. I think I've already said this. I didn't listen to myself though. And put a college there as well.
Build me a pyre to roast my friends.
What about if I didn't have a flower garden or a hedge maze? Will that make it appealing enough? There we go. Housing for 1,116 people. Well, they'll arrive in dribs and drabs, like 5 people will come this month, 10, 26. 26 in 1 month. At this rate, it's going to take decades to fill the city up.
The finest actor in all of Greece lives in its finest city led by its finest ruler. This is the stuff of Homerian epic.
Homerian epics. Who was Homer? Nobody knows. It could have been one person, it could have been several people. Fine. I don't know why I don't just sell the wood. Then they'll have to keep bringing it every year. I'd rather stockpile it for the monuments. So we just keep that as just accepting wood. Let's check. Am I actually exporting this stuff? No, but I am importing it. Stop doing that. Exports of armour. See, if I have an unemployment problem, I could just make my own armour. Because I'm importing the bronze. In fact, I might stop importing the armour. That's the stuff. I could do with something to commemorate. Perhaps I ought to invade somewhere. What are my chances?
If you choose me, coarser gods won't be able to
Not
touch
bad.
you.
Good. So I should win something. When I win something, I'll get some commemorative monuments. In the meantime, Doric columns. No, Corinthian columns. Very nice. Not desirable though. Lovely. Well, I suppose if you do live next to a granary, it's going to cause problems. Most notable by Jingo, I, Fudeus of Cardonia, am quaking in my sandals. The hated monster Talos is attacking my city. I can now build Jason's Hall. I can't remember where I built it now. So I've got everything I need, including tons and tons of food. So much food. Stored for 14 months. So if anything goes wrong, send for Jason. He's eaten 3 months worth of food. Greedy pig. That's coming along nicely. I finally learned this about monuments. Get them started nice and early, and then they'll just build themselves. It might help things if I was to have a thoroughfare through here. I can't remember if it's put the hey. I always forget to put the R in thoroughfare. It is thoroughfare, isn't it? That's beautiful. How's it for 800 more people? We can start cutting wages now, but not by too much. Yeah, let me know when Jason arrives.
I am Jason of the Orchis, here to help you in any way I can.
And there he is.
Word is that
I was telling the wife just the other day
Oh.
how great a city this is.
Go away. Fulfill the city's request. Off you go. You turn around and go right back the way you came.
Now I've heard that there's a cornucopia of food here.
Yummy.
Yummy.
It certainly is as well. Particularly if you like grain.
I'm going to the games. I can't wait to vanquish my opponents.
Well, yes, quite. Charming fella. I don't know what else there is to do now. Wait for that to be built. Conquer Mount Cithareon. I'll wait for that to be built because I think Artemis gives you her hunters in order to do the same way that Ares provides the Spartii. Nothing to do with Sparta, incidentally. The Spartii were formed from the Hydra's teeth that Cadmus slaughtered at the beginning of... Well, right at the beginning, when we used Hercules to slaughter the Hydra to get to the marble. It was actually Cadmus that slaughtered the Hydra, because it's multiple apparently, to get some water so that the city had something to drink. And he scattered the teeth across the land, and out of them grew the Sparti. But other than that, I think everything else is on par, including with falling out with Ares. Because that's what's good about Greek mythology, is that the gods are human-esque, anthropomorphic. They're petty, they're jealous, they're temperamental.
So the vendor was like,
in fact, they're more than human.
And I was
if
like,
you can imagine
whatever.
their sort of...
The vendor's such a dork.
The petulance and squabbling and... Ooh, came second? That's right out. That would make a normal human being's life ungovernable. The gods just are all over it. They're like more human than humans. That's fantastic stuff. Great people.
Did you see that wrestling match last night? Milo totally smacked down his opponent. Nike must have been on his side.
Dude.
I'm not quite sure how it happened, but I came in second place in the game. Someone must have cheated.
Probably it is the Olympic Games. Oof. Is that a controversial thing to say? No. Apparently the winner of the medals in the Greek Olympic Games weren't the athletes themselves, it was the sponsors who actually paid for it. So, you know, you get records of people winning 4 chariot races in a day. You say, well, it's not them actually winning, it's just that their chariots have won. I suppose it's fair enough. Perhaps the drivers ought to get some credit, but, you know, never mind. And I think by the end, they did become quite debauched, really. You get people like winning chariot races who never actually turned up. And then they were shut down. What was it, in 360 or something like that, AD? For being too pagan. and weren't started again until 1896, I think it was. That was the first modern Olympic Games. And to this day, the Greeks are allowed to go first in the Parade of Nations. And with London 2012, I remember watching that, and they looked ever so dressed down. They were just like wearing, you know, just jackets with no shirt and no tie. It looks ever so scruffy. And I said, well, yes, you are going through a financial crisis, but there's room in the budget for a tie. They looked ever so slapdash. Never mind. 4 slabs of marble, 2 sculptures, that's fine. No problem. Do I have the necessary materials? Yeah, there's the wood, there's the marble, there's the sculpture. All I'm waiting for is somebody to drag it all the way across the city. Oh, there's 2. Lovely. And then 4 slabs of marble. That can come from anywhere. In fact, he's just waiting. Why doesn't he bring it? Oh God, he's back. Okay. Lovely. I was telling the wife just the other day
how great a city this is.
Well, it's a compliment, but it's the worst kind of compliment. The marble must be on the way somewhere. To roast my friend upon. Seems we're quite a backlog of marble. Perhaps I'll give some to Cosselton. There you go, pal. Have some marble. It's freed up a bit of space. Oh, there we go. Artemis' menagerie complete. Goddess Hunter has granted you use of her fabled Amazon army. She will also keep an eye on the dangerous wild beasts of the land and hunt them down should they cause harm to your city. And there she is. Hello.
I will endow some hunters with my steady aim, and they will bring back an excess of meat.
I'm going to try and invade Mount Cithareon now. And I will enlist Knossos. All of the gods. Oh, first I will pray to Ares. Eager to go to war with you, with your soldiers. He'll go at the next available opportunity. Nifty. Right, you can go in. Let's take practically everyone. Let's leave behind 6 hoplites. Let's take Jason. Let's take all of these. And let's also take Knossos. I'm leaving nothing to chance. Dispatch.
I too will respond to your call to arms and go to battle with your men.
Yes, Ares. Good man. Good to have the spirit of war on your side when you go into battle. Feel bad for all the stuff I've taken about it. You're the most loathsome god in all Olympus. But, you know, can you just pop over and do something? And there go the Amazons. It'll be a momentous battle, and I won't see any of it. And there go the horsemen.
My horse is getting restless. I hope an enemy comes soon.
It's not true. There's no room in Greece for substantial cavalry. The only cavalry you really had was in the Illiad, chariots, which were the century goal has been achieved. Thank you. But like the taxis of the ancient world, because the heroes would ride upon the chariots, get off the chariots, and then fight hand to hand in one-to-one combat, while talking, while doing so, expressing dialogue and such. Ooh. There's some more Amazons.
If you choose me, coarser gods won't be able to touch you.
If I build... I might start construction on another sanctuary, because I've got a feeling the next mission is going to ask me to build another one. You know what, I'll build one to... I won't build one then. Yeah, but by and large, Greece is far too hilly to have cavalry regiments, and what you find is, if Herodotus is to be believed, when they were fighting the Persians, the Greeks just didn't have any cavalry whatsoever. Like, practically none. Didn't matter, they won. No problem, you're helping me. Look at that exchequer, it's just jumped up over the course of this. It's got to a point now where I can't help but make money. People will just send me so much stuff, and I've got so many people doing so many things. And there's a lot of people, so I don't just pay them much. And I think everybody's taxed. 88% of the population. So somebody's not paying the taxes. God, this is just a problem place, isn't it? Pay your taxes. I mean, for the amount of extra buildings I've had to put in, I ought to have made it larger than it already is. I just had to add 2 of everything. That'll teach me for putting a corner in, I suppose. There it is. The allies are on the way. Well, Knossos is bitter for having to do his job. Have some fleece. I can't be doing with bitter.
Horror. Unspeakable horror is what you found at Mount Cithareon.
Mad women who call themselves
the Maenads, drunk on wine, were gleefully tearing apart the bodies of their innocent victims. Forced from Mount Cithareon by your invasion, these servants of Dionysus have now scattered throughout Greece, continuing their reign of terror.
See, this is the thing, everyone thinks of Bacchus or Dionysus. Oh, the god of the wine, isn't it great fun? No, because his satyrs, his minions are Maenads. And satyrs are male, and filled with unsatiable lust. It's almost dangerous. Maenads are drunk and filled with like a debauchery. They've lost all sense and reason, and this is what happens to Cadmus's family. Like they all go to Mount Thesarion and get devoured by, I don't know, passion, drunkenness, debauchery, and the whole lot. Dionysus is a really dangerous god, and as such, I've stopped drinking for the beginning of this year because, you know, I don't want to get on the wrong side of Dionysus. That's not the reason. The reason I stopped drinking was because I wanted to try and sort of build up the sort of my social life without drinking. You know, you use alcohol as a social crutch. You get into the swing of a party after a few drinks. I wanted to see if I could do that without it. I could. It took ages, though. I finally got to the swing of a party after being there for like 3 hours. But it happened, and I'm on the right. You know, it's cheaper as well, and you're a lot more popular because you're sitting in the designated driver. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with Mount Thesarion, so I will leave this here. Hurrah! Good for us. I've got a feeling that more problems are coming in the future, though. So that's something to look forward to. I will see you next time.